Hi. Um, my brain is running at a million miles an hour right now, and my thoughts are extremely scattered. So this video is probably going to be very long. But I know that if I don't make it, I will not be able to sleep. So here we are. I'm also wearing a Donnie Shots shirt. This shirt might be the only like red shirt that I own. I know I own another red shirt, but it's dark red. It's nothing like that pops like this. This is going to add a bit of flavor to the wardrobe. So, good stuff. I That's a voice crack due to sleep deprivation. I was leaving work today, okay? Because this is how this always starts. Always starts, because that's all I do. And system manager tells me that, oh, do you write your no-shows into the no-show log? Do you write your turnaways into the turnaway log? And I'm like, why do those exist? And it's something to do with fucking, the corporate bullshit. They're like, oh, we want you to monitor these things that we can monitor using our software on our end, but we want you to do it manually for some reason. And I mean, I get it, but like, there's so many fucking logs at that place. There's so many logs. I've lost count at how many logs there are, and there's just the stupidest shit that you could possibly imagine. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a secret bathroom break log. You know, it just keeps track of how long you spend shitting on the clock. I actually was going to do the calculation one day. I kind of got halfway through it and then got distracted. It's just like you spend an average of 2 minutes every day of work total in the bathroom. Average. This doesn't account for quick trips or long. It doesn't like omit quick trips or long trips. It's just an average amount of time total that you spend in a day in the bathroom at work. 2 minutes. So if you multiply that times 5 for the average work week, you spend an average of 10 minutes per week in the bathroom while on the clock. This is going to ebb and flow, obviously. But you take that times 10 and then you start thinking, "Oh, I've spent a lot of I've and then from there you divide that by how much you get paid per hour, and then you find out how much money per year you're getting paid to shit on the job." You can tell that I've put way too much thought into this. But when she mentioned the turnaway log, I sat back and I was like, if I am told to write down when someone turns down the opportunity to stay at our hotel, you're not going to like what I have to say. Okay? I've already gotten in trouble for making snide comments in the comments section of reservations. Oh, that's already happened. Don't worry. I have to refrain from using my inside voice when it comes to these things, because yeah, if I have to write every single time that someone says that they are too much of just cheap asses to pay for the best hotel in town, if I have to write down my thoughts during that situation, while the moment is it's in the heat of the moment, you're not going to like what I have to say, because I get very emotionally invested into everything that I do. So if anyone ever turns down the opportunity to stay at our hotel, I always take it personally. So I always have, a snide comment in the back of in my back pocket. The old one that I used to go with at the old hotel was, I didn't say it to their face, obviously, because but, what I'd always say is that when they went, oh, that is too expensive for such a meager hotel, I will go somewhere else. And it's like, okay, if you want to spend $20 less to stay at the shithole, rat infested, bug infested pile of dick hotel across the street, go right ahead. If that $20 is so fucking valuable to you, you can go and you can go and sleep in the absolute bag of shit hotel across the street instead of staying at our luxurious hotel, which is actually cleaned every day and has an attached restaurant and has the best reviews in town and has the best housekeeping in town and has the best everything in town, because no one else in town gave a shit, apparently, as we discovered over the course of the overarching company buying out every other hotel in town. That was an interesting moment in time. That was like, So you got all this money to drop on buying the other hotels in town, but you can't afford to give us benefits? Interesting. Yeah. I have benefits now. It's cool. I mean, I have barely any because I'm still on my parents' insurance, but I mean, if I wasn't on my parents' insurance, I would have benefits. And it wouldn't even cost that much. It's very cool. This isn't even the point of the video. The point of the video is that I was going to talk about the times that the customers were being stupid, dealing with annoying customers, dealing with customers that are a nuisance, and dealing with customers that don't like you. They don't like you. Um, I have been very diplomatic throughout my multiple careers, and I've managed to save myself from the unfortunate pain that is dealing with people yelling at you on the job. I cannot recall very many times that I've been yelled at by customers. Ever. Ever. And it's just not happened. It's just not a thing that happens apparently. I guess it's just that North Dakota, what is it? Family, like, North Dakota politeness. That has a different connotation. I didn't want to use the word politeness because North Dakota polite has an entirely different connotation. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I should make a video on that too. The first time that I ever got like under someone's skin was at the old grocery store. I was literally just doing my job, as you do, back in the days of carryouts. Do you know about the carryout? Back in the days of yore, i.e., 8 years ago, there used to be, the common courtesy of a grocery store putting, if you bought a bunch of stuff, they put it into a cart and they take it to your car for you, so you don't have to push your cart outside, and we don't have to go in turn and get to your cart. But people didn't comprehend that either. They're like, "Oh, I can take it myself. Do, 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 do. Oh, I put all my stuff in my car. Better just leave the cart just sitting in the middle of the fucking parking lot. Bye." That's why carryouts exist. We get paid to put your shit in your trunk. Okay? Okay. We get paid to insert it into your trunk. Okay? Let us do our job. But that no longer exists because chivalry is dead. So I was just doing that, and like the lady that I'm with is just like striking up a conversation, and like I'm writing like my first album in my head, so I'm barely even paying attention. I'm just like, oh yeah, 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 here's your milk. Yeah, oh yeah, whatever you said, yeah, it's good stuff. And I remember this. She said something to me, and I might have been paying attention, but before that, but at that point I wasn't paying any attention. I did not hear a single word that she said. And what I said was, well, that's just, a casual, casual thing that you throw out during a conversation when you're not paying attention. And she was like, "What?" And I was like, And like the rest of it's a blur, but like I went back inside without saying another word because I was so A, confused, and B, this had never happened before. I'd never had a customer talk back to me like that. And I was like, okay. And I just walked off. And by the time I got back inside, the cashier that was standing there was on the phone with someone. And like I wasn't even paying attention because I was so confused. I was just kind of standing there like, huh? And then she hung up the phone, and then she goes to me like, "What happened out there?" And I'm like, "I genuinely don't know." And she's like, "That lady just called here and said that you were very offensive." And it's like, I mean, I could have been offensive. She was fat, her kid was ugly and loud and annoying, and she didn't look very intelligent, is what I'm trying to say. I could have been offensive, but I was not. I instead chose to be not paying attention to what she was saying. And that's what came back to bite me. And I was just sitting there like, what? What did I do? Oh, I'm sorry that you're boring and don't have anything important to say, that I wasn't paying attention. But that's what I remember, is that apparently she called immediately as I walked off, called the fucking cashier and was like, "That kid was being very offensive. I'm offended right now." Nothing ever came of that. I was always worried that I'd see her back in again, and maybe I drove away a customer that day. quite frankly, they should have given me an award for that. Because if there's going to be a stupid bitch like that coming to your fucking grocery store, doing business with you, and giving your company a bad name because, you know, whenever someone drives by and sees that land whale walking out of the building, they're like, oh man, she already cleaned out the entire place, guys. Got to come back another day. Whoops. Push the accelerator, yeah. I don't know what I did. I still think about this 8 years later, guys. I don't know what I did. And I never will. But that's it. That's the only customer that I remember from the old grocery store. That's the only customer that I remember being a bitch. I'm trying to think now. I remember one day I came back inside as I was, doing the carryout stuff, and I pushed open the inside door, and I smacked it right in the face of this toddler who fell on her ass, and I don't even think she cried. I was like, I didn't see it obviously because there's just a fucking, a steel sheet where the bottom window should have been, but it was just a steel sheet, so I literally couldn't see what was going on. Just coming inside like I have a million other times, and just fucking big ol' smack, and followed by another smack, and I'm just peer around the door like, that sucks. I didn't apologize because, quite frankly, I should have been the one that was apologized to because that was a hazard in the workplace that could have, A, could have been an OSHA violation, and B, could have gotten the actual, grocery store sued, or Child Protective Service would have to stand out there. And that situation could have been completely avoided if you pay attention to where your kids are standing. So quite frankly, I'm the one who should have been apologized to in that situation. But you know what I mean. I didn't even get yelled at on that one. She was like, there was another cashier standing there that was like, I mean, you couldn't see. You couldn't see. She was on my side. I don't know. I have no idea whose side was on whose side there. But I don't know. But I can't think of anyone that ever got pissed off like that. I did my fucking job. Good, dude. The old grocery store was a well-oiled machine. I did everything right, and I did no one wrong. Okay? Then the new grocery store happened. And I'm getting yelled at by a bunch of assholes. One day, see, this was supposed to be a video about annoying customers, but I'm gonna bring back the classic grocery store gripes bullshit in this video right here, right now. Because you remember the time that I fucking was talking to two guys? I wasn't even going into the back room with the intention of talking to them, but they said hey, and I was like, hey back. And I was going back to get something. They stopped me. One guy was on break, and two of them were putting together a cart of stuff to put away, and they were like, hey, and I was like, oh, hey. It's just like, oh, yeah, you play PS3, right? What's your thing? And I was like, oh, yeah, my thing is something cringy that I made when I was 13. And the fucking one guy walks in and he's like, you guys need to do work, okay? I know that when I come here, I walk around doing absolutely nothing of substance, and I just pretend to put on a face because my dumbass son is apparently the owner of this place, but I'm the one who's actually here all the time. But even though I'm here all the time, I still don't do any work. It's the other guy that does everything. But you guys need to do work. It's like I fucking walked off, dude. I was like, nope. This was 2016, so this was peak, young adult angst. I was ready. I was ready to get fired that day, but I didn't. And then he fucking came back. I went into the milk cooler and he followed me and he was like, hey man, I appreciate that you get to, that you're setting a good example for everyone doing work. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? They just said hello to me. And you're gonna come back here acting so fucking high and mighty as if you're doing anything? As if your bitch ass is doing anything in this fucking place? I wish I fucking said that to him. I wish I fucking said that to him. There's been a lot of times where I've, where in the heat of the moment I've wanted to tell off my boss, but then later on I'm like, she was having a bad day, and I was a young teenager and I didn't know what I was doing and he knew better than me. But in that situation I was like, no, fuck being the bigger man. That guy was a fucking jackass. He deserved to get told off that day. Anyway, another time I got told off during that job was when one night, one of the cashiers was like, I've been staring at these donut holes over here like all day, and like I need to get this. And like she fucking bought it, and then like there was three of us, and we all shared a donut hole with 10 minutes left on our shifts, and we're just hanging out there, and and then I remember like she literally said like, "Yo, guys, this is awesome. This is awesome. We're just hanging out." It was like I was sitting there like, this is pretty awesome. Then about a week later, I got called into the fucking IT room because this guy's got the video pulled up of it. And I'm fucking standing there like, you have got to be kidding me. You are not about to do what I think you're gonna do. He did exactly what I thought he was gonna do. He fucking said, "Oh, you guys cannot be eating food in public during during our open hours. You need to do that in the break room." And it's like, A, no one was in the fucking building besides us. B, you would have come out there and had one too if you were there. I'm assuming you were just jealous. And C, we were just fucking having a nice post-work snack. The doors were literally being locked as we stood there. No one was gonna come in. We weren't impeding serving someone else. I don't know why it's so fucking dark outside suddenly, but there was literally no reason for us to talk about this shit. I literally told him like, dude, we just wanted to fucking have a nice snack after work after a long day of doing absolutely fucking nothing because there was nothing to do in that fucking building. I hated the fucking new grocery store, dude. I still hate it. I don't even live in the same town, and I still fucking hate it. I remember being happy that Dollar General opened so that it would take business away from them. It's just like, fuck local business. If this is the fucking local business, let it fucking go out of business. Bring in Walmart, for God's sake. But like, and then he was like, well, you need to like wash your hands and stuff before eating things because when you're handling money, that's what they do to dole up blow. And I'm like, dude, it's North Dakota. We're gonna get secondhand highs whether or not we want to. My God, dude. I'm pretty sure this one guy that I worked with made steak tips one day. I guarantee you that he laced those with cocaine. I guarantee you that he laced them with cocaine because after I ate that, I don't know if ingesting, cocaine via the mouth gives the same effect as via the nose. But like I was hyper aware. That day, I was like, "Oh, we're doing shit. Oh, we're doing shit. Oh, I'm gonna clean this up, and I'm gonna put this stuff away, and I'm gonna. Oh, hey, how's it going? Welcome to the hotel. I hope you enjoy your stay. Here's your keys. Here's the paper. Sign it. Okay, thank you. Here's your keys again for a second time. Here, have a third set of keys. Okay, you have a good day. Your room is up on the top floor. It's going around the corner. Go up the stairs. There's also an elevator around there. Hope you have a good stay. See, thank you." That's how it was that day. I almost knocked over Mac, dude. No, Mac, sit up, dude. There you go. There you go. We love Mac. We stand Mac in this house. We should make Mac into a emote for the streams. That's what we should do. Mac would be a good emote for that. Yeah. So I was just at the point that he said that. Oh, they do blow with dollars. I was like, how many fucking movies have you watched? Who cuts up cocaine with dollar bills? That was supposed to be like a status symbol thing in like the movie, wasn't it? Like the first time that was ever on a movie. Do they actually fucking line up their cocaine lines with money? I feel like that's not very efficient. I feel like you could do the same thing with just like your palm. I don't know, man. I'm tired. The hotel, surprisingly, I don't get a lot of complaints at the hotel. The only time that something bad happens at the hotel is either because of A, Expedia, or B, user error. When we sell out, which has happened many times, the old hotel sold out a lot during the summer because there wasn't a whole lot of rooms to begin with. And then you have your high school rodeos, you have to book it a year in advance because the rooms are already sold a year in advance. It's like you're trying to get tickets for Bristol back in 2005. You have to call like 2 years early to be like, hey, we're thinking of coming down in 2011. What can you hook up? Can you hook us up? I think I'm developing a stutter, guys. I'm actually scared. Should I see like a speech therapist or something? Because I think I'm actually developing a stutter. Anyway, we'd have it where people would come in and be like, "Yes, I would like to check in," and I'd be like, "Okay, who are you?" And they'd be like, "I am Sir Douchebagius Maximus, and I made a reservation for two." And then I'll be like, "No, you didn't." No, you didn't, bitch. Show me the fucking receipt. Show me the confirmation email. Because half the time they didn't fucking actually make the reservation. They're just coming in like, and they can pretend like they're gonna be able to make a scene, and like somehow we're just gonna magic into existence another room. Oh my goodness gracious, Mr. Douchebagus Maximus. As it turns out, we've actually had another room in this hotel for the past 3 years since it's been built that we didn't know about. It's just been there the entire time. But as luck would have it, we have just discovered it the instantaneous moment that you decided that you made a reservation a year ago when you didn't. What are the odds? That's literally happened before, by the way. There was this one bitch during a fucking reunion of some sort, and she was like, "I made a reservation." And, no, you didn't. And then she was like, "Yes, I did." And it's like, "No, you fucking didn't, dude. I don't know what to say." And she was like, "Well, I'm not leaving until I get a room." And I was like, so what I did was I took a reservation that I thought was going to no-show, canceled that, and put her in that room. Whenever we get overbooked, that's my strategy. Find a room that you're almost certain is going to no-show. I had it happen once. One time. Like I did that multiple times. But I had it one time where it turned out to not be the case. There was this guy, the guy selling Trump merchandise, where I got my hat and my Trump bobblehead, wherever that is. And he needed a room, and I was like, his money, he made a butt fucking lot of money out there. I saw it happen. I witnessed it. I was there when it happened. He made at least, $100 to put down on this room. They'd be like, "Yep." So this was 2 a.m. So I had the last reservation that I had coming in, and so I was like, this person's not going to show up. I said, fuck that. And I started making him a reservation. You'll never guess who walked in the door. The second that I said, "Yeah, we have a room. Yeah, we have a room." The second that happened, someone walks through the front doors and gets in line, and I'm like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. And we sorted that out. I sent him across the street. I didn't want to send him across the street. I wanted him to have a nice room. But I sent him across the street, and we put her in her room. And it was like, that was a rough night. And I probably went in the back room like, I was hoping to score a free flag, actually. I wanted to get a free flag. I didn't get a flag because they were expensive. But I was hoping I could score something for free from him, but I didn't. It's very sad. Wonder what that guy's up to these days. Wonder if he switched teams. Never know. Yeah. I can't think of many more. There was this other time so like I said, it's either A, Expedia screws up, or B, we screw up. I've made enough videos on Expedia. This last one happened, I don't even remember what happened, but it was user error. So one morning, I was doing my shit, and then I looked in one of the rooms, and I'm like, why is this man paying $1,000 for a single night stay? Someone had forgot to put the decimal place on the charge. Someone forgot to put the decimal place when they charged out the room. So instead of paying like $110 like he should have, he paid like $1,100. And I'm just standing there like, oh, I hope he doesn't come asking for a receipt. I sure hope that 304 doesn't come down asking for a receipt. 5 minutes later, "Hey, yo, could I get a receipt for 304? And I'm like, motherfucker, can you just not? Can you just fucking not? Why do you need a receipt? You can just look it up on your online banking account. Ever since I finally remembered what my fucking online banking account password was, I've been able to, I look up every single day. I look up how much money I don't have because I spend it all on student loans. You know? I'll look it up every day. But like, that reminds me, I get paid on Friday, and I had 102 hours on this paycheck. Oh, that's gonna be good. Oh, that's gonna be good. Can't wait. But yeah. So I printed it out and I was like, here you go. And I was really hoping he wouldn't look at it. And he walked away and I'm like, come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. And he got to the door and the sliding doors open and he stops. He fucking stops. And I'm like, please, keep going, dude. You can make it. You're right there. I believe in you. And then he turns around and I'm like, motherfucker, dude. And I have to explain that some dumbass from the night shift fucking charged him $1,000 for a one night stay, and I literally can't do anything about it. The only thing that I can do is undo the fucking charge, and the only thing that that does is make it so that the charge comes back 10 business days after that fucking button is clicked. So the instantaneous second that we, put the decimal in the wrong fucking place, the instantaneous second that we press enter on that, the money comes out of your account. But like when we want to put it back onto your card, oh, it's gonna take 10 business days. It's fucking stupid. I wish there was a button that could fix that on our end. But of course there isn't, because that would be convenient and would make people a lot less pissed off when you charge them 1,000 extra fucking dollars than they should have been charged. So he was rightfully pissed off, and I'm just standing there like, dude, I get it, but I can't do anything. I can't do anything. If I could have done something, I would have done something. Do you think I'm happy that we charged you an extra $1,000? I would have been happy if we could have kept it. But no, we can't keep it. So what's the point of me withholding that from you if we can't even keep the money? Stupid. Anyway, he was pissed off, basically. One night, do I have any, before I do that, do we have any stories from the new hotel? Any angry people from the new hotel? There was this one bitch who fucking was getting really mad, like my boss checked her in, all right? And this was during the Chernobyl disaster part 2, second edition. This is what I refer to as the fourth day. The fourth day that I ever worked at this new hotel was the worst day of work that I had ever since the Chernobyl disaster of 2016, which is still up on this channel if you want to take a look at that. But was it worse than the Chernobyl disaster? I mean, I didn't cry at any point, and I also got McDonald's on the boss's money, so McDonald's ain't bad. But yeah, this fucking bitch. So my boss checks her in. She goes up to her room and then calls down on her cell phone. So we have to fucking do the entire big long spiel that's, scripted out for every place that, does customer service. And I had to do that twice because the first time she was like, I cannot stay in this room because it's facing the interstate. And it's like, you are aware that both sides of the building face the interstate because we're adjacent to the interstate, which means that the interstate will go on that way and that way. So even if you're on the other side of the building, you're still next to the fucking interstate, dumbass. So anyway, I changed rooms, and this was my fourth day at the hotel, so I don't know if even number or odd number rooms, which direction of the building they're facing, so I just slap her in another fucking room. I put her in a room that's the furthest away from the interstate because, the building is perpendicular, so if you're going down the hallway, you'd be facing, the interstate, You'd be facing the interstate, it'd be going, this way. So, okay, I put her on the other end of the building, which is further away from the interstate. And what does she fucking do? She calls up bitching again because we're still facing the interstate. I was on my fourth day, so I couldn't call her a fucking bitch, which I wanted to do. I wanted to do that, but I did not. I refrained, okay? So I put her on the other fucking side of the fucking hallway, and I didn't hear from her again, even fucking though you could still see the interstate from that room. But apparently, that doesn't fucking matter. Anyway, that's that story right there. That's like the only bitch that I've had, though. No one has ever come down being confrontational. We've gotten, people mad about getting double charged because the system sucks and double charges people if they check in too late. But you know, they're always very diplomatic about it. I always explain that. So I actually didn't charge you. Here's a receipt. Here's evidence that I did not charge you twice. And they'll always be like, oh, okay, and walk off. But like, you know, that fucking bitch, that fucking dumb, dense, cunt whore bitch. How many bad words have I said in this? This probably does not have any chance of getting monetized, does it? It's probably going to get an adult rating or something. I don't monetize any of these videos on my phone because that would require opening up like Studio Manager. Because you can't set monetization when you upload from mobile. What you gonna do? It only gets like 400 views anyway. Who cares? But yeah. Anyway, like I said, very scatterbrained video. If you learned something from this, be sure to write in the comment section what you learned from this. If you learned that, you know, the old grocery store was good and the new grocery store can burn in hell, put that in the comment section. If you learned that Expedia sucks, put that in the comment section. Yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be that. I had to fucking okay. So, I went to Walmart before starting this video, and I bought supplies to make, you know, those sandwich sliders that I love. That I made a vid. That was my first ever cooking with Kamikaze. I bought the supplies for it, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to financially recover from that. But they didn't have the Indiana brand popcorn. They didn't have the Great Value brand popcorn. So I bought Boom Chicka Pop. I hope it's good. I doubt it though. It's a very generic. Oh, I also got donuts because if I go to fucking Walmart now in the morning, I always get donuts because I have no self-control. Anyway, it was very good. Those are not cream filled. I actually asked the ladies there. I really wanted sprinkles, but I knew that the white frosting with sprinkles means that it's a raspberry filling, which is garbage. So I literally asked the lady standing there, like, do you know if there's cream filling in this? And she went, nope, none. And I was like, you are my favorite person on the planet. Anyway, Donny Shots is great. I wanted to be the most, you know, like the most famous person in North Dakota. That's what I set out to do when I started my channel. I appear to have failed because I'm wearing someone else from North Dakota's merchandise. The back is really good too, but I doubt you can see it. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that upside down thing. Why am I still making this video?